Let's dive deeper into that. The ability to choose and to respond when there's an attraction or connection versus the reaction.
Compatibility to me, so we
What are some important things you think are to pay attention to when we feel attraction within people? I feel like when we think and we feel like the need to be with somebody, like there's something so magnetic in terms of there's something insatiable that they're providing for us. I feel like
Mhm.
that's really important to pay attention to because somebody who's whole can share the joy of somebody without feeling the need to extract it necessarily.
Uh-huh.
And so I want you to speak to the difference of feeling the need to be with somebody versus kind of attracting somebody that is an energetic match to you.
So again, I think the need to be with someone a lot of times is based out of fear. And it's the fear of, I will never find this again. It's the fear of, I don't even want to be alone. It's the fear of, I've already invested so much into this situation in hopes that it will become something that now I don't want to walk away from the investment. And so we feel like we need them because we have not learned how to function or how to walk on our own 2 feet without whatever this person has been providing. Because yes, there are some situations where individuals may have gotten a boost from this person they met, whether it be they helped me be more confident or they've allowed me or helped me navigate through certain situations. And now we think that we need them to be able to continue to conquer things that come against us in life. But none of us are supposed to have to be so attached to someone that we cannot function without them. And we have to learn how to handle things on our own. Yes, it doesn't mean our partners won't help and pour into us, but when we now make it a need, we actually put the burden on them. And now we can end up draining our partners because we don't know how to do it without them, right? Not okay, let's do it together because we're a team and we love each other. It's no, I'm incapable of doing this, so now I'm putting it on you. And if that person's having a bad day or struggling with something, now they're going through the stress of your expectations and what you're putting on their back, plus what they have to deal with already also. So I definitely think when it comes to the whole idea of needing, it also comes from a lack of self-esteem for a lot of people and a lack of self-worth and thinking that, again, that they're nothing without this individual. But that speaks to a deeper unresolved issue within you that you need to look at.
So
It's like when you go on dating sites and they'll say, well, you're compatible with this individual because you like XYZ and they like XYZ and that should fit together, so this should work. But compatibility doesn't always equal success. All right. Now, it's a component. You still have to have it, but you can't go off of that alone. There's a lot of people who've been matched up with individuals, even through family and friends, because they thought, oh, you guys would be perfect for each other because you both like outdoors and things like that. But where chemistry now comes in, which to me is like kind of like the next layer. So chemistry is extremely important. But I always argue that chemistry is something that we can have with tons of people. And to me, the more of a people person you are and friendly and know how to conversate or have conversations with individuals, the easier it is for you to have chemistry with people. Because chemistry is essentially learning how to flow with individuals, get along, move in harmony with each other. And I always use sports as a reference where chemistry can be built or destroyed. So you can put a team of guys or women together and they can practice enough and build team chemistry. But also someone could violate trust on the team and now chemistry is broken, all right? So it comes and goes. So it's another important piece to establishing a relationship or determining if we can have a successful one. But again, you can't lean on it only because it's too common and it's not reliable enough, which is where connection comes in. Because to me, connection is that deeper thing that's happening. I always reference it as it's your spirit recognizing your match or its match. And so with connection, that's where people are able to be truly themselves with each other. They can be emotionally naked, they can communicate, but they also naturally in connection have chemistry and have compatibility. Now, the funny thing with compatibility, if we're looking at it from the perspective of that logic-based reasoning of how two people should fit together, sometimes people have connection and chemistry, but on paper, you wouldn't have thought they were compatible, Yeah. And so to me, those two things would override that in that sense, because it's not going to always make sense on paper. So it's an example of you could have two people from two very different cultures or two very different socioeconomic classes, and other individuals may feel like, no, you two shouldn't be together. But it's like, you guys fit together so beautifully. and everything is amazing when you're with each other. So I wouldn't want those individuals to be in denial of that or reject that because other people can't understand how this is a match, right? But ultimately, I do think you need at least the connection and the chemistry. But I do think compatibility, if we go beyond that and saying it's two people who can live in harmony with each other, then compatibility will always be a piece of the puzzle that naturally comes with connection as well.
It's beautiful. I think that possibility for true connection can only come online to the degree people have connected within themselves,
Yes.
right? Because otherwise you're going to be interacting with each other from two facades that you cultivated in personas.
Exactly.
You going back to trauma bonding or shadow bonding.